All right. So our next guest is again, he sent in a video. He was not going to be able to make it today live, and that is Mr. Levi Leland. And
Oh,
yeah,
did he
I mean,
change? He just couldn't make it because it's got it different on mine that it was
yes,
live. So I
yes,
guess he couldn't make it.
he had
Okay.
he sent a video in, and so
Oh, okay.
sorry. I thought I told you, but that's okay.
No, that's okay.
So, yes, and so I'm going to pull up his video. And so, Jeannie, would you like to talk about Levi and what he has had going on lately, which is very
Oh, yeah.
exciting?
Well, Levi Leland, we have known him for a while also. He hails from the great state of Rhode Island, the ocean state, even though it's like this little. Okay. But anyway, Levi is very interesting in what he does because he does tours,
Yeah.
and those tours connect Edgar Allan Poe to someone we talked about earlier with the poem Alone. I can't remember her name. It's Whitman. What's her first name?
Sarah Helen Whitman. Yes.
Sarah Helen Whitman. Thank you. I
Yes.
knew
No,
it was
and
Whitman. I just couldn't
yeah, well,
remember it.
the poem that Alex read for Helen, the second version of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the other version is to Sarah Helen Whitman that Poe wrote, and she's the one that created the, wonders of trying to conjure him after his death because her love was so strong. But Levi himself wrote an essay recently that was published in a book, and I can't remember what the title of it is.
More
I'm
than
sorry, Levi.
love. I believe it was More Than Love. And
Yes.
he wrote a biography on Poe, and it is on Amazon for pre-order at this time.
Yes.
So
So
we
go
are
check it
very
out. You can
excited
look up
to
under
hear
his name, I think.
about that. Yes.
And so Levi is delving through the world of both history with Whitman and with Poe. So
Yes.
if you're ever in Rhode Island, Providence specifically, I believe, right? It's
Yes.
Providence.
Correct.
Yeah, go check out his walking tours. I think he does little ghost tales in there too.
Uh,
So it's
it's more really about Poe and Sarah Helen Whitman, and
yeah,
it is an amazing tour. My husband and I took it, and you think you know so much about Poe, being a Poe fanatic, scholar, whatever you want to call it, but
mhm.
I learned so much from his tour. He is very thorough with all of his information, and it's just amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're ever over in the Rhode Island area, go check him out and check him out on Amazon with his Poe essays with the book.
And the
What
biography.
was it called again?
More Than Love.
More Than Love. Thank you.
There's a second part of the title, but I don't recall it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't
I
either.
don't have all my books with me to show it, but
Yeah, so you're
yes,
not at home to get your books in
that's
order. I
right.
mean, come on.
All right,
That's okay.
so here we go, and Levi is going to read for Annie.
Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Carmen. Thanks for having me a part of this event again this year. I'm very excited to share For Annie with you guys today. For Annie is like in my top five, maybe even top three favorite Poe poems. There's just something about it that I've always been drawn to. And then knowing the backstory with Annie Richmond of Lowell, Massachusetts, the young woman uh, that Poe is just enamored with in the last 2 years of his life, really makes the poem that much more significant. He called her my pure, beautiful angel, and among many other flattering titles. And even while he was engaged to Sarah Helen Whitman, my girl, and Sarah Elmira Royster in those last, in 1848 and 1849, he was still pursuing Annie. He was still asking about Annie. And I don't know if it was just purely because she was the unattainable woman in his life that he pursued her that much harder and that much stronger. Um, but he just couldn't have her. She was married. She had a child, and she just wouldn't leave her husband for him. Which, who can blame her, right? Um, But before I get too ahead of myself and start giving everybody a Poe lecture, let me share the poem for Annie. Thank heaven, the crisis, the danger is past, and the lingering illness is over at last, and the fever called living is conquered at last. Sadly, I know I am shorn of my strength, and no muscle I move as I lie at full length. But no matter, I feel I am better at length, and I rest so composedly now in my bed that any beholder might fancy me dead, might start at beholding me, thinking me dead. The moaning and groaning, the sighing and sobbing are quieted now with that horrible throbbing. At heart, ah, that horrible, horrible throbbing. The sickness, the nausea, the pitiless pain have ceased with the fever that maddened my brain, with the fever called living that burned in my brain. And oh, of all tortures, that torture the worst has abated the terrible torture of thirst. For the naphthaline river of passion accursed, I have drunk of a water that quenches all thirst, of a water that flows with a lullaby sound from a spring but a very few feet underground, from a cavern not very far down underground. And let it never be foolishly said that my room it is gloomy and narrow my bed. For man never slept in a different bed, and to sleep you must slumber in such a bed. My tantalized spirit here blandly reposes, forgetting or never regretting its roses, its old agitations of myrtles and roses. For now, while so quietly lying, it fancies a holier odor about it of pansies, a rosemary odor commingled with pansies, with rue and the beautiful Puritan pansies. And so it lies happily bathing in many a dream of the truth and the beauty of Annie, drowned in a bath of the tresses of Annie. She tenderly kissed me, she fondly caressed, and then I fell asleep gently on her breast, deeply to sleep from the heaven of her breast. When the light was extinguished, she covered me warm, and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the queen of the angels to shield me from harm. And I lie so composedly now in my bed, knowing her love, that you fancy me dead. And I rest so contentedly now in my bed, with her love at my breast, that you fancy me dead. That you shudder to look at me, thinking me dead. But my heart, it is brighter than all of the many stars of the sky, for it sparkles with Annie. It glows with the light of the love of my Annie, with the thought of the light of the eyes of my Annie. Yeah, that's a deep one coming from Poe. I think it really testifies to Poe's real deep love and admiration for Annie Richmond. Um, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little recording. I hope I didn't talk too much. Carmen, so excited for your book. I can't wait. I'm shamelessly plugging it for you if you haven't done it already. Really looking forward to it. You guys are just awesome. I love what you guys do. Your programs and your content are such a contribution to the Poe community, and we are forever grateful for you guys. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Levi. That
Yes.
so much to me.
Yes, Levi. He's a sweetheart. We love him.
Yes, he is amazing, and his work to the Poe community also has been absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to read his biography that he did. So
Yes, me
I've already
too.
pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it the day that he announced it.
Yes. Yeah, I think we actually had him on the show, wasn't it? On the show the day it was released?
Uh,
Or it was supposed to be, they
sure.
announced the release date. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Levi. That was
Mhm.
awesome. And so